Hello, I'm SquidofLove, welcome back. Today we are going to take a closer look at the Cobra Mk IV, a heavier and tankier version of the Cobra Mk III that is only available to players that own both seasons of Elite Dangerous. We are going to take a look at its stats, which activities it can perform well in the game, and of course we are going to try and compare it with its predecessor. Before we go ahead and take a look at the stats of the Cobra Mk IV, let's take a look at the interior and the cockpit, which is quite similar, if not almost identical, to the Cobra's Mk III. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Cobra Mk IV, how good of a ship it is, and what we can do with it. The cost of the Cobra Mk IV is at around 746k credits, and it is significantly slower than its predecessor, the Cobra Mk III. Its normal top speed can go up to 200 meters per second, while its boost speed can go up to only 299 meters per second, and is also less agile, with the maneuverability being at level 4. In order to compensate for the loss in speed and maneuverability, the Cobra Mk IV has slightly better shields than the Cobra Mk III, with the value of the shields being at 125 and the same armor at 216. With its base loadout, the Cobra Mk IV has an available power of 10.4, a maximum cargo capacity of 34 tons, and a jump range of 9.37 light years and 8.38 light years later. Its basic modules are the same with the Cobra Mk III. It can be equipped with a Class 4 power plant, thrusters and frenzy drive, and a Class 3 life support, power distributor and sensors. They also have the same fuel capacity. The fuel tank has a capacity of 16. Their main difference is on their internal compartments. The Cobra Mk IV has 8 internal compartments, of which 4 Class 4, 2 Class 3 and 2 Class 2, while the Cobra Mk III has only 6. And of course the hardpoint, the Cobra Mk IV has 1 extra small hardpoint. Now let's go ahead and equip our Cobra Mk IV with the best available modules and see how much better its stats will be. With the best modules equipped, our Cobra Mk IV has an available power of 15.6, which is the same with the Cobra Mk III, and this is because they have the same class of power plant and A4, and its jump range is at 22.27 light years, which is slightly shorter than that of the Cobra Mk III's, and this is because the Mk IV is heavier, it has more mass than the Cobra Mk III. This is exactly why the jump range is slightly shorter. Let's go ahead and take a look at its capabilities in the different activities of Elite Dangerous now. We're gonna start with trading like always and equip it with only cargo racks. With only cargo racks equipped, our Cobra Mk IV has a quite good cargo capacity of 88 tons and a laden jump range at 16.64 light years, which means that this might be a very nice vessel to start doing some serious trading before you can afford and buy better trading vessels like the Type 6 or later the Asp Explorer. And if we equip it with the lowest class of shield generator it can be equipped with, we still have the protection of an A3 shield generator and 80 tons maximum cargo capacity. Our latest jump range is now at 16.79 light years. It seems that it might be a quite nice vessel for this activity. The Cobra Mk III, on the other hand, has a maximum cargo capacity of 60 tons with only cargo racks equipped and a latest jump range of 19.97 light years. Much better jump range, but 28 less tons of cargo capacity. And if we equip it with the lowest class of shield generator it can be equipped with, then with an A3 shield generator, our Cobra Mk III will have 44 tons of cargo capacity and a jump range of 20.76 light years. The Cobra Mk IV also seems a very nice option for mining, since it can be equipped, it has enough internal compartments to be equipped with everything that you will need for mining, a refinery with up to 8 bins, or you can upgrade it for even more, a prospector limit controller, a collector limit controller, of course 2 class 2 mine lasers, and still have the very nice cargo capacity of 68 tons that will allow you to go around, search for good minerals and metals and make some profit. While the Cobra Mk III, on the other hand, with a similar loadout, with a D3 shield generator and only an A2 fuel scoop, has a cargo capacity of 40 tons but a much better jump range of 22.10 light years. Of course, you can upgrade the fuel scoop, but that will cost you some viable cargo capacity. As for exploration, the Cobra Mk IV has enough inner compartments to be equipped with all the necessary modules. advanced canvas scanner detail surface scanner, a set generator for sun protection, the best fuel scoop, an A4 fuel scoop, an auto-field maintenance unit, and also planetary vehicle hangar. The jump range, like this, is at 21.30 light years, and of course with some hits and launchers and a couple of gimbal pulse lasers, class 1 pulse lasers equipped for some extra protection. And since it has so many down compartments, we can also go ahead and equip some other modules. You can go with cargo racks in case you find something on your adventures, in case you find something while landing on the surface of the planets. The Cobra Mark III can be equipped with the same necessary modules for exploration and some hits and launchers and weapons for extra protection, and have a better jump range at 24.34 light years. But the Cobra Mark IV has an advantage over the Cobra Mark III, and this advantage is of course the 2 extra internal compartments, which we can equip with whatever we want and perform other activities as well, except exploration. It is a matter of personal preference when it comes down to these 2 vessels for exploration. Depends what you want. Do you want to have some flexibility, or you want to travel the farther away the fastest? So it seems so far that the Cobra Mark IV is a very good option for pretty much every activity in the game. You can even equip it for accepting and completing missions. I would avoid smuggling though, because of the speed. It is quite slow. I will stick with the Cobra Mark III or another vessel such as the Downback Scout. If you want to do some smuggling, there is less risk like this. But for every other activity, you can go with the Cobra Mark IV, especially for trading. Now let's go ahead and give it a nice combat loadout and see how good it is in combat. The Cobra Mark IV has 5 hardpoints, of which 2 medium and 3 small, 1 small hardpoint extra than the Cobra Mark III, its predecessor, but the biggest difference is the placement of these hardpoints. They are all 5 above the hull, and this is making it a lot easier to aim with them and use fixed weapons. The 2 small hardpoints on the Cobra Mark III are below the hull, and it is quite difficult to use fixed weapons on these hardpoints. You will have to use gimbal weapons if you want to have some good results. We're gonna go like this with 5 multi-cannons, fixed multi-cannons. Another good alternative would have been to use 3 small lasers and 2 kinetic weapons, so you can split the damage and go for both shields, be effective against both shields and the hull. But another also good alternative would have been some 2 medium lasers and 3 enforcer cannons on the small hardpoints. A lot of combinations we can do. We have enough power to equip these weapons, and I'm gonna bring a chaff launcher and a shield booster of A0. As for defenses, best generator an A4, a sensor bank of A3, a fuel scoop of A2 if you need to travel around, and everything else equipped with hull reinforcement packages. You can go ahead and equip a military grade composite if you want, but I'm not gonna do it. I don't want to increase the mass too much. Before we go and start shooting at enemies, at targets, let's take a look at the speed of the Cobra Mark IV. It is slow, it is heavier, and it is slower than the Cobra Mark III. So let's see, with 4 pips on the engine, our normal speed is at only 207, maybe it would go 208, no, 207. If we boost, 310,
scan detected,
311, quite slow. While the Cobra Mark III with a similar loadout and 4 pips on the engine has a normal top speed at around 300, 302, quite fast. And if we boost, 431, let's see if it can go faster, 431. It is a quite fast vessel, one of the fastest in the game, and it is obvious that it is a better option for smuggling and piracy than the Cobra Mark IV. Let's put more power on weapons, not that we're gonna need all of our power to be on weapons, and go after this Federal gunship. Let's get closer and start attacking it. Let's see how fast we can deal with it with our 5 multi-cannons. I like the fact that we can use fixed weapons so easily on the Cobra Mark IV. The maneuverability is gonna be a problem. Of course, we can put more power on our engine since we are using a full kinetic loadout and try to deal some serious damage on this gunship. The speed is also a problem, but this gunship is quite slow as well. Let's not crash. Yeah, it's heavier than a Cobra Mark III, so if you are used with more agile ships and lighter ships, you will have to practice a bit. The damage is good, but of course multi-cannons are very good. It's not a bad vessel for bounty hunting, but other more agile ships might be funnier to play with. Yeah, it's already dead. Wasn't too much of a threat though. And like we said, many combinations we can do with weapons. Let's get closer. The advantage of using only kinetic weapons is that we can use our power, divert our power in shield and engine quite easily. So let's try our Cobra Mark IV against a more agile ship like this Federal Assault ship, and I think we're gonna have some problems here dealing with it. Yeah, the lack of maneuverability is obvious, and the lack of speed is obvious as well. Let's initiate the attack and do our best to take this assault ship down. Let's use a chaff lancer. Put some more power on our engine and repeat. Let's get back in there. If we manage to stay here, it will be okay. But it will be difficult to stay there since the assault ship is quite maneuverable, it can turn around very easily and destroy us. I think it is distracted from other NPC, and this is why we're not having too much of a difficult time. Yes, it is distracted, or else this will have been a bit difficult for us. No, get out of there. And our shields are not the best. Let's get out of here. Okay, the shields will work right on time and get back.
Under attack.
Even though it is distracted, if it focuses on us, we will be in trouble. The same goes with other ships that are more agile. This is the biggest problem of the Cobra Mark IV in combat, the lack of maneuverability. It is not a bad ship, it can be quite fun, but it's better at other activities in my opinion. Gonna use another shield cell just in case.
Warning,
to
taking
kill
heat
it.
damage.
Maybe we should have brought the heatsink, but I don't think we're gonna need it. More power on shields.
Scan detected.
Well, if the other NPC didn't attack it, we will have been in some serious trouble.
Target shields offline.
We have lost our shields.
Hull integrity compromised.
And I think
Canopy
I've heard
compromised.
our canopy cracking. So let's go full speed. Let's
Flight
use some
assist
flight
off.
assist and try to finish it.
Flight assist on. Canopy integrity at 50%.
Our canopy is quite weak apparently. Down to 87% our hull. It's dead, thanks to the NPC around us. Let's be honest. The lack of maneuverability was apparent on this fight. If you want to do some combat with the Cobra Mk IV, then you should stay away from more agile and more maneuverable ships. And of course you can equip your Cobra Mk IV for some piracy with a hatchbreaker limber, a frameshift drive interdictor, collector limber controller, a cargo scanner of D0, and some cargo racks. This will give you some very nice cargo capacity of 32 tons. Obviously the biggest problem is going to be your speed, and if you are alone, pretty much everything will be able to escape from you. This was the Cobra Mk IV, a heavier and tankier version of the Cobra Mk III that is a very nice option for pretty much every activity in the game, especially trading and rare goods trading. It is quite good in combat as well, but you will have to avoid more agile and more maneuverable vessels, or else you're gonna have some serious trouble. Thank you very much for joining me watching this video. I'm SquidofLove and I will see you next time. Bye bye.